I mourn and cry for this man that lost his life, even though I never met him.
This is Nubia Rodriguez. You may not recognize her, but you almost certainly know the incident she was involved in. 4 years ago, Phoenix officer Paul Rutherford was hit and killed by Nubia's SUV after he ran into traffic without looking. Well, tonight, in an exclusive interview, she tells her story to ABC15 Chief Investigator Dave Biscabing.
It is a story about being wrongly charged, about the ongoing trauma for everyone involved, and holding Phoenix police accountable for trying to turn a tragedy into a crime.
On March 21, 2019, Officer Paul Rutherford was responding to a minor crash on Indian School Road and 75th Avenue. Then, without warning, he ran out into traffic to cross the road. Now, we paused before the crash. That SUV was Nubia Rodriguez's.
You know, just a heartbreaking situation just from day one.
He jumped in front of me. Like, why would he do that? Why?
That's Nubia at the scene. After that day, she heard nothing from police. She had no idea they were slowly building a case against her. But then a year and a half later, she got a letter in the mail.
Is there any warning before you get this letter?
None.
Oh, so it's like comes in the mail, or someone serves you?
It looked like junk mail, and that's how I find out. I just essentially
You being charged with negligent homicide.
So the focus is on criminal negligence.
She was indicted for negligent homicide. That can carry years and years in prison.
This is a sad, tragic accident. It has 2 victims.
Correct.
Is that how you see it?
I feel like there's a lot of victims because of this.
Officer Paul Rutherford, Nubia Rodriguez, and the many people who love them both. Victims that she and her lawyer believe haven't gotten the truth, and therefore the chance to fully move on. They're now planning to sue.
And that's what happened to my daughter. You know, there was times when we sat down and we said, okay, if this happens, I go to prison, this will be the plan, this is who's gonna take care of you. Having those conversations with the 10-year-old.
So you were having discussions with your 10-year-old daughter. Here's what's gonna happen if I go to prison.
I had to.
For you, what does this case come down to?
Well, it comes down to right and wrong. It's right to prosecute criminals, and it's wrong to set up people to be criminals.
This is a copy of the settlement demand, and if the city doesn't settle, they'll file a lawsuit. It states, the Phoenix Police Department made Nubia public enemy #1. It turned her into a scapegoat for Officer Rutherford's death.
The city of Phoenix started this malicious prosecution. The city of Phoenix doubled down on this malicious prosecution by hiding evidence from the grand jury.
The claim highlights many of the facts we've shown in previous reports, like police didn't tell the grand jury the truth, they manipulated facts, and they withheld this video evidence from the grand jury who indicted Nubia.
I can't even make this stuff up.
What matters is...
And when a judge finally saw the video 2 years after the charges were brought, the case was dismissed.
Whether he was an officer or not, he ran out in front of her.
Here's something we haven't told you about Nubia yet. She was a therapeutic foster mom. At the time of the charges, she was in the process of adopting a foster child.
I had her for a year and 6 months when the indictment came in, and to the day of her birthday, she's super excited. You know, she's a little girl, and we celebrate her birthday, and I get a call where they essentially say she's being removed because your fingerprint clearance card was revoked on her birthday. We literally had, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes to like pack her stuff.
And this is all on her birthday?
All on her birthday. On her birthday, my daughter is hysterical. We are crying. The entire family is just so upset. And she is saying, you know, did I do something wrong?
Now, with the charges behind her, Nubia has not been able to get info on where she is in the system. Yet another person impacted by this tragedy.
I don't want to take away from the fact that an accident happened, someone lost their lives, but again, we go back to how many victims were, had consequences because of this, and it's just very many.
I'm Investigator Dave Biscabing, ABC15, Arizona.
Now, the Phoenix Police Department declined to comment for this story.